Well, Erica is a consummate professional, first of all, so she's incredibly easy to work with. And when we first met and I was considering hiring her for the wedding, I was thinking about, what type of stylist do I want? And there's definitely two camps I wanted to avoid. So there's one camp of the stylist who, when you walk in the door, they already know what they're going to give you. And they listen to you, they nod reassuringly, but in the end they give you the exact same haircut they were planning on when you walked in the door. So I didn't want that, and then I didn't want the kind of stylist that, basically just followed directions and gave you something even if it looked really awful on you. So you need someone with the diva talent, but not the diva attitude, and that was definitely Erica for me. So when she showed up at the wedding, she took care of every detail. So the whole day through, she was working with, my friends who are from very diverse ethnicities. So there was one woman from Senegal, there was another lady who's from mainland China, and all of them have their own personality, which is completely different from each other. And so how does she work? Well, she works kind of through osmosis almost, where she picks up on what are the attitudes, the style of this particular person, and listens to them and is able to adapt really quickly, but still kind of create this overall canvas for the wedding. So they didn't, they all went together, but she definitely respected their individual style, which is exactly what I wanted. Every time you approach a wedding, you have this choice, you have a budget, so you want to know, is it really worth it to spend that extra money on a professional? And you could get somebody in who's sort of in and out, doesn't really have a day rate, just shows up, does everybody's makeup and hair and leaves. But I think the real difference in bringing someone who knows what they're doing for the whole day is they actually are invested in making sure that stuff stays put for the rest of the wedding. And what I've had, I've had friends who have either had non-professionals help them or kind of a lower level of professional. And what ends up happening is it's gorgeous for about 2 minutes and then all the hair just falls down. So what I wanted was something that was really durable, that I knew would stay up with really, it looks beautiful, but structurally is sound. and Erica was able to do that. She actually redid some of the work that was done on two of my bridesmaids because they were already falling down after 2 hours. And when she redid them, it lasted all night long. So she knows her stuff, and it's stuff that isn't, it's not like the diva, like I'm gonna give you a punk rock look. It's more like I'm gonna give you a look that you want and will last for the entire wedding. And that's, really the priority of any bride, so. Erica cuts my hair and does my makeup as well, so we already had a bit of a relationship established, and I trust her. I mean, she's somebody that I know it'll be a wonderful collaborative experience to work with her, and I knew that it was going to turn out great. Especially for a destination wedding, there's not a lot of things you can control. You show up, the space is not something that you've really visited that often. You're relying on people on the ground who don't necessarily know. And I was even relying on a wedding planner who was in DC, whose style I really loved. And so all these elements were kind of coming from out of town into this one place. And it gives you a real sense of control to know that you have a real professional working with you who can kind of improvise really easily. And that's, I think that's very unique to Erica. There's a lot of professionals with a lot of talent out there, but in my opinion, anyways, they get frazzled. They have a certain vision, and they're not necessarily the on-the-ground MacGyver stylist that you really need, and that was what I wanted. I wanted someone who could adapt to any situation, and she did. I mean, we threw at her practically anything you can think of. We had half the bridesmaids, their hair was falling down, and she fixed that. She fixed everyone's makeup. She had me, I was going from a regular bridal, goody two-shoes look to a diva red dress tango session for my first dance. And she performed that switch over in 5 minutes flat. And it was a complete changeover. It looked beautiful because she'd planned it out. She knew exactly what to do. Here's the hairstyle that looks, great for the wedding day. And this is the few things I need to do to get her out the door right away to do the tango. And that hair didn't fall down. The entire night it didn't fall down, even though I was whipping my head back and forth to do the tango. Very passionate, crazy dance, and it was perfect. The other thing that I really appreciated about what she did is she really knows how to waterproof her brides. So in fact, I think she even teaches a class on that, but and I'm not surprised because I was crying my eyes out the whole time. My best friends were up there giving a toast, talking about how much I meant to them, and I was sobbing. And I even have a problem normally with mascara running, so I was a little bit worried about that, but my look stayed absolutely put. That's actually never happened to me before, and that is Erica's signature styles.